Good evening. I welcome you all to Doempire Clothing Company. Here I want to teach you all how to calculate people. So let me sketch an example. That is, I want to draw a people. In this edge, you can still call this 0. We have a straight line, a small straight line like this. We have another one that is longer than that. We have a small one. We have another one that is more longer. This one is longer than this. We have another small one. We now have another longer. So this one and this one, they are the same thing. We have another small one, and we have a long line. This one is that is 1 inch. In this one, in the inches fashion, that is for the inches fashion. The fashion for this, let's start from this, is 1/4. The fashion for this is 1/2. The fashion for this one is 3/4. For these small ones, the fashion for them, starting from this one, we have 1/8. This one is, you can also, if you want to, let us say you want to follow the 8th fashion, you can still call this 1/4. You can still call it 1. You can call it 2/8. So the next one will be 3/8. This one you can still use this half as 4/8. So this one will be 5/8. When this one is 6/8, this one will be 7/8. This is the fashions for the phone. So in this fashion, like if for this 1/8, for all this small line, where we have 1/8, 3/8, 5/8, 7/8, we usually classify them as a line. This 1/4, that is 1/4. This 3/4 stands for the quarter. This 1/2 is half of an inch, while we have 1 inch here. So if you want to pronounce this staple, here you say a line. This one is 1/4. This one is 1/4 and a line. This one is half inch. This one is half inch and a line. This one is 3/4. This one is 3/4 and a line. This is 1 inch. So if you want to let us say we want to continue from this our tape here. We have 1 inch. This one is 1 inch and a line. 1/4. 1/4 and a line. 1.5. 1.5 and a line. 1/3. 1/3 and a line. 2 inch. 2 inch and a line. 2.25. 2.25 and a line. 2.5. 2.5 and a line. 2/3. 2/3 and a line. 3 inch. 3 inch and a line. 3.25. 3.25 and a line. 3.5. Sorry. 3.5 and a line. 3/3. 3/3 and a line. That is 4 inch. So that's how you have our tape counting. So apart from this our tape counting, a yard, if they told you that you should bring a yard or you measure a yard, A yard of materials is 36 inch, but mostly this Ankara fabrics we usually need 35 inch in every Ankara fabrics, but 36 is a standard yard. So for trouser length is within 45. Sometimes if you went to the market, you can still cut like 46 for you. Someone, or you measure a length or a round waist. Let us say a length or half length. You now have like you have your tape is 15. That's 15. You now have something like 15. Your tape is around this space. That is 15 and half and a line. So you want to write it down at 15 and half and a line. What we just did is just write 15 5/8. This stands for 15 and half and a line. You can get me. Or let us say you maybe you measure a gown or a massive dress or abaya. So you now have something like after this is 58. So your tape is around this place or your tape is around here. Let us see your tape is here. What you just need is to write 58 and a line. That is 1/8. That's the tape. So if you want to measure the measurements for female, let me use this mannequin. You measure from here down here. Maybe your customer wants the length measurement to be 24 or 25. Let's say 25. The length to be 25. 25. If it is down, we go down to anywhere. The customer wants maybe 59. Maybe she wants it at 58. Or she wants it below the knee. That is 57. We measure the bag. The bag starts from this length down here. So we put it as 15. From this 15, we measure the sleeve. Maybe it is short hand. That's 7. We put 7. So this mannequin doesn't have hand. So you make sure you measure the round sleeve of the plant. If it is 13, 14, or more than that. For our length, I think we have from here down here 25. So they have length maybe around here. The customer we like it to be below the bust, like the lower bust, anyhow you want it. But that's around half length here, 16. So for us to measure the bust, you measure the bust at 34 for the bust. 34. We also measure the upper bust. We measure the upper bust. The upper bust is 32. This is the lower bust, 28. You measure the waist. This is the waist, 26. This is the upper waist. The upper waist. This is upper waist. Yep. Now do it 30 and a half. That's for the measurements. That for top. If you are to make measurements on the trouser, you start from here, from the upper waist there, down here. If it's a short knicker, you'll be around 22. Then below the knee, 26. So if I have to measure below the knee, 26. You take 26. You take 26. For our push, from here to here, it is what? It is 9. Right? 9. That is front push. So the back push, you measure the back push from here down here. That is 12. You can make it 11. Because for maid, you can if it is a maid and I'm a maid tailor, I can still measure the push like this and measure the back like this. But since it's female, it will not be possible for me to do so. And mostly some female will come with a gown and some will come with wearing skirts. So you can't do that. So that's how you measure it. So for the lap, that is the tight. You measure the tights. You measure it is full. That is 24. For the knee, you can make the knee 16. And for the boat, you can make this is 12. The knee 15. The boat of 12. So you measure the hip. You measure the hip. So this is how you measure the hip. That is 39 and a half. 39 and a half. So for the band, that is the waist for the trouser. You can do that. This is the waist for the trouser. So you can go down. That is 26 and a half. 26 and a half. Now to measure the easting, you measure from this your push. This is where we have our push. We have our push from here to here. 9. So from this point down here to the down to the boat, so we have our cuff. So we have 30. 30. So that to measure skirts, you still measure the skirts from here. Maybe it is short skirts down here, 20. So if the long skirt will be more than that. So how we measure our waist, we measure the waist. That is 26 and a half. For the hip, we follow the same measurements, 39 and a half. And for the cuff, that's the, so for the cuff, I just measure it like this. If it is pencil, you make it 29. If you want it wide, you ask her if it's okay. So you make it like 37. That is for wide. But if it's not wide, if it's a normal pencil skirt, it will be 26. So for the male, maybe if it's shirt, if you want to sew shirts or normal top, but the normal measurement, so you use that measurement for any years. From this the neckline down here, that is 30. That is the length, 30. For the back, you measure the back. The back is 9 1/4. That is 9 1/4. That is 19 1/4. That is 19 1/4. That is 1/4. So for this 19 1/4, down to the sleeves, that is 8 and a half, 11 and a half. We put 11 and a half. For the round sleeve, we measure the round sleeve. We measure the round sleeve. That is 15 1/4. 15 1/4. For the chest, measurement, we measure the chest. We want to make it for the chest, that is 43. 43. So this is the waist. We measure the waist. If you want it curved, measure the waist. 39 or 40 for the waist. If you want it curved. For the hip, you can also use 43 for the hip. We measure this waist, hip, and chest. But most times, if you want to sew short for people, we want to curve it so that you can show your shape. But if you want to sew maybe normal shirts, like straight shirts or straight top, you don't need to make any curve. You just need to make sure from this our chest, then you have at 40, you have 43. So make sure that that 20 can pass through our hip. So you just put that the measurements. So for straight sewing, that will use the chest measurement or the hip measurement. You want to sew anything straight. So for the neck, you just to measure the neck. If you want a tight neck, like this 16. You want to adjust it a little bit here. That is 16 1/4 and a line. What we just need is 16 over quarter and a line. That is 3 over 8. So these are our complete measurements. Either I want to show sew shirts, top, or for male. So the same measurement we use for female, how we measure for female, that's how we measure for male. If so this let us say we use this same measurements for male, that is trouser measurements. If you want to sew maybe Yoruba Shokoto, or you don't have time to measure our length, you can use the length, because the normal measurement, apart from all the standard measurements, you use the length, the height, that is the height and the curve. So you can also measure the waist if you like. But with this length, the height, the curve, you can sew a trouser. You can sew a trouser. So that's all. Thanks for watching.